everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For this video, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be looking at my past artworks from maybe 10 years ago, and I'm going to be rating each one. Also, if my voice sounds a little weird, I am getting over a cold. I have a sore throat and a bit of congestion, and it's the end of May, like it should be the end of flu season right now, but our weather in Canada has been up and down the past few weeks, and a lot of people are getting sick again. Okay, I had to move my chair out of the way just because this folder is massive. This is where I keep all of my old artworks. And because it's so big, I think I'm going to split this video into several parts. So for this video, I'm going to be focusing on just graphite drawings, black and white pencil drawings, because there is a ton of different ones in here, and it would take like a long time for me to go through each one. Okay, so I just went through the portfolio and I took out all of the graphite pencil drawings. They're here on my bed. I'm not worried about them smudging or anything because I remember spraying them with varnish so they won't transfer over to my hands or transfer over to each other. So I'm gonna go through each of them now. I'm gonna start off with the earliest one that I remember doing. It is a self-portrait of me. This was done in 2015, I believe. There's no year on it, but this was my Sweet 16 selfie that I took, and I'm wearing my 16 necklace. And yeah, you can kind of see it. It looks really not proportional to me at all. If I find the actual image, which was taken like 10 years ago, I'll put it here, but this is obviously very not accurate to the proportions of the actual picture. But I learned a lot. I learned how to shade, and I learned how to sort of use the grid, because we used a grid to match the proportions, which I can't believe that it's still like not to shape for the portrait. But I don't know, the face kind of looks off to me. It just looks uncanny. I'm gonna rate this one a 4 out of 10 just because the shading is very, very well done. The highlights in the hair look really good. So there's a lot of light coming from this side of the photo because I was standing beside a window and it's darker here. So yeah, you can see that I got the lighting done pretty well. Yeah, this was done in art class, by the way. Yeah, I remember the teacher actually helping me with the highlights of the hair because I did it so dark that the eraser wouldn't, work properly to get the highlights out. Since we're on the topic of self-portraits, this was another one I did the following year. So every year, one of the first assignments in art class is to do a self-portrait. And I like how they did that because I took art all through high school, and you can see how well I improved over the years. And yeah, so this is my second self-portrait. This was 2016, I believe. If the other one was 2015, this is definitely 2016. But I dressed up as Katniss Everdeen because back then she was like my idol. I loved her so much. I watched the movies maybe over 100 times, and I loved reading the book, and I really loved her look. So I dressed like her. I wore the Mockingjay pin necklace because I don't have a pin. I used to wear this every day, by the way, this necklace. It's in, all my photos from 2016. It's kind of embarrassing, but I really liked her. So yeah, comparing it with the one previously, obviously the shading is much, much better. The proportions, very well done. I'm very proud of myself. It's still a little bit off, but obviously I've improved a lot. Especially in the eye. You can see the details of the eyes here. Very well done. The lips as well. The lips are kind of not proportionate to the face. They're kind of slanted a little bit. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, if I find the actual image, I'll put it here. If not, Just trust me that this looks pretty good compared to the last one. So yeah, if the other one was a 4, I'm gonna give this one a 6 out of 10. This is the last self-portrait that I did, I think in grade 12? Maybe 2017, definitely, when I was in high school. This is how it looks. It looks beautiful. And I know that my teacher, he's like, oh, just do it in graphite. But I wanted to add a pop of color, and I absolutely loved wearing this dress. So I wanted the dress to stand out because it's one of my favorite dresses that I used to wear. And yeah, so this was a more complicated portrait because obviously the other ones, they didn't have a background. And for this one, I really wanted to draw the background. So I'm sitting on one of the steps of my deck in my backyard. So there's wood here, and then this little moose is like a little statue that we used to have outside. But yeah, I wanted to incorporate the background in this self-portrait just because it looked so pretty. Yeah, again, the shading, very well improved. I did such a good job on the lips, the eyes, especially the proportions of the face. I know my face isn't that smooth in real life. I wish it was. Other than that, it looks so well done. I'm very proud of myself, and to this day, I think this is my favorite self-portrait that I've ever done. I'll give this one an 8.5 out of 10. The proportions are just a little tiny bit off on the face. I know it's so hard to capture like 1-to-1 ratio face details, but I think that this one turned out very well done for 17-year-old me. So I'm going to give this one an 8.5. I'm moving on to some landscapes now that I'm over my self-portraits. So this is one that I did, I think, in 2016. I am very good at nature drawings, drawing animals, drawing plants. So I can't remember if I took this photo or not. I think I might have just found one on Google. Because this one looked really pretty. It's like a small waterfall, river area, forest in the background. I just wanted to draw this just because it just looks so pretty in the actual photo. I can't find the actual photo. I have no idea where I got this from. But yeah, it looks really well done. Very detailed. I think this one took me about 10 hours or so. Everything's done with pencil, graphite. Very, very detailed in the water here. You can totally tell what it is. I know if you look at it really close, you can't maybe tell what it is, but standing far away, you can. But yeah, I would rate this one a 8. 8 just because I kind of wish you can look closely, you can see this is kind of messy down here. The way I was coloring with the pencil, shading with the pencil, it's kind of several directions that are going on here. But yeah, I should have used charcoal for the darker pieces so that they stand out more. But I was only given 2 graphite pencils to use, so I made use of those pretty well. This is another landscape that I did. It is the bridge that separates Detroit, Michigan, and Canada, Sarnia area. I took this photo. I remember back in like grade 9, we went as a family, we sat under the bridge and we watched the sunset, and it was very beautiful. And I captured the moment where the sun was shining right on the bridge. It made the bridge look like a silhouette, so it made it look dark. So that's why this is dark like that. And yeah, I captured the lighting of this photo very, very accurately. If I have the photo, I'll put it here. If not, just trust me when I say that this is very, very well done. Yeah, I'm super proud because this is a photo I actually took, and just seeing it as my own artwork is just beautiful to me. So yeah, that's why I wanted to draw this one. I think I drew this one back in 2015 in art class. All of these were done in art class, by the way. Yeah, because I don't own like Bristol paper. I've never really cared to buy my own Bristol paper until like recently. So yeah, very accurate to the reference. I love this one very much. I'm gonna give this one a 9 just because it looks exactly like the photo. And I remember when I was drawing the grid, I was accurately placing the parts where they needed to go, and it was almost a 1-to-1 ratio. Even the teacher was shocked. She's like, wow, that looks so good. And yeah, I love it so much. So I'm gonna give it a 9. In grade 10, I believe, we were given an assignment where we have to draw a piece of artwork that reflects some social justice issues. So because I love animals so much, I chose to tackle issues surrounding animal abuse, just because of my love for animals so much. So I decided to draw this. It's not very good, I know. I could have done something way better, but obviously I don't have a lot of creativity when it comes to these sort of things. So I basically found a bunch of reference photos online and I drew those on here. And then I wrote a little quote. The quote says, "Each and every animal has as much right to be here as you and me." It's kind of cheesy, but it tackles the issues. And I got a good mark on this. Obviously, like, comparing it with my other classmates, theirs were so creative and mine was kind of like, blah. But whatever. I think that it looked really accurate to the references. I just don't enjoy looking at it very much just because it's not aesthetically pleasing like my other ones. But yeah, I will give this one a 5 just because it's good, but obviously it could be better. And I just don't think I'll ever hang this one up just because it's not very well thought out, you know what I mean? Something you should know about me is I hate drawing people. I hate it so much. If someone paid me to draw them, I'd be like, no thank you. Even if they paid me $1 million, I wouldn't do it just because I don't want to put myself through that stress of trying to get it accurate. But this one was different because I actually like these people very much, or I liked them very much, and so I decided to draw them. And obviously this is very 2014 coded because of One Direction. I was obsessed with them, I love them very much, and so yeah, I used graphite to draw each of the members here. So Louis, on the far left here, Louis looks very well done. I'm very happy with how Louis came out. Zane, okay, he looks good. His mouth and nose area here is kind of wonky. Niall looks the worst, and which sucks because he was my favorite member. I can't believe I did him that dirty like that, but I'm sorry, Niall. I hope you don't see this video. Yeah, his eyes are off. The proportions of his nose are too high. The mouth is too low. The chin just looks weird. Okay, Liam. Rest in peace, Liam. He looks very well done. I captured the tattoos down here. Yeah, he looks very, very good. Except for his mouth here is a bit wonky. I don't know what's going on there. Harry kind of looks like he's smirking. I don't know if that was from the photo, but the way I drew him, I think it's like too much of a smirk. What do you guys think? But yeah, their eyes look really good. I'm good at drawing eyes. And clothing, apparently. The clothing looks really good. I would say this one, because I didn't have any problems with it drawing it, I would say this one's like a 7.5. They're not all accurate to their proportions, which sucks, but I am very happy with how it came out, and if I was ever a One Direction fan again, I would definitely hang this up. This is the last one for today, and I'm very excited to show you guys because I remember how much work I put into this. And so for the grand reveal, Link and Zelda from Breath of the Wild. I loved this game when it came out. You would not believe how many hours I put into this game. I got all the Koroks. I 100%ed the whole game. And I actually got it for the Wii U because I couldn't afford a Switch back then. So I loved how this came out. Loved it. Okay? It was done using graphites, of course. I think I actually used charcoal for the dark parts because I touched it and it still smudges even though I remember varnishing this. But yeah, like the proportions, about 95% accuracy, I think. Zelda's face is the only thing I can point out that is just needs to be extended just a little bit outwards. But other than that, highly detailed photo, first of all. I think I got this reference photo online from like a Zelda magazine or something. But yeah, I loved it. I absolutely adore this one. When people ask me what my favorite pencil drawing is, I usually tell them it's this one just because it is so, so good. I'm very happy that I took the time to trust the process in making this one. This one was done, I think, 2017. Right after the game's release, I immediately took to drawing fan art. That's what I do. I do that occasionally with Zelda as well. I just love the franchise so much. It means a lot to me. And I hope you guys enjoy this too, because I love sharing my artwork with you guys online, on social media, and here, of course. I just really appreciate you guys and your love and support, because your love and support make me want to do more. It keeps me motivated and makes me want to continue learning how to draw and how to do art. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of this video. As always, like, subscribe, keep up with me on my social media, on my Instagram. I love you guys so much. I'm super excited to do more of these videos because I really enjoy looking at my old artworks and seeing how I improved. There's a ton of different ones in here. So I think for my next video, I'm either going to do my watercolor artworks or my Prismacolor artworks. If you guys wanted to vote down in the comments below which one you want me to do first, I will gladly do that for the next video. So thank you guys so much. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Bye.